Hi, this is a reflection on lesson 357 in A Course in Miracles, and it says, Truth answers every call we make to God, responding first with miracles and then returning unto us to be itself. Truth answers every call we make to God, responding first with miracles and then returning unto us to be itself. I had to look at the first sentence here to really understand what this was talking about. So it says, forgiveness, which is truth's reflection, tells me how to offer miracles and thus escape the prison house in which I think I live. And forgiveness being acceptance, like accepting things as they are, accepting each other as we are. I've said that probably a million times in this year because this book talks so much about forgiveness, and early on it talked about it as a simple way to think about it as acceptance. Instead of thinking like somebody did me wrong and I will forgive them. It is partly that, like, you can accept that happened and move on without holding a grudge. But also, it's a lack of judgment. I'm just accepting things as they are without expecting or wanting them to be any different than they are. And that's the prison. That I feel like when it talks about escape the prison house in which I think I live, to me, that's what not acceptance is. It's a prison. Like, I'm not accepting things as they are. So that means I'm held in this state of, I mean, a lot of times in my life, even still happens, less frequently, but it still happens. I feel like when I have expectations that something should be different, oh, pumpkin pie alert just went off. I'm making pumpkin pies. It's Christmas. And my family's coming over tomorrow. And my husband's about to text me. I said, text me when the alarm goes off because I may not hear it. So anyway, but that it feels like a prison when I feel like there's a judgment in my head that says things aren't right now. They shouldn't be this way, or things out in the world, or the politics, or other people hating each other, or people going to war. And it's like, that means I don't have acceptance for things as they are. And therefore I live in a prison that I've made because it keeps me in that state of frustration. Like, things aren't right, but I don't know how to fix them. Things aren't right, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'll just do dysfunctional things like yell or go on social media or get angry or try to distract by doing, like I said, dysfunctional things or sabotaging behaviors that really keep me like, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel so frustrated that I need to distract or dissociate. So all of that feels like the lack of forgiveness, the lack of acceptance for things as they are leads to so much dysfunction. And that's a prison. And that's what this really made me think of, is like how much, and I stop sometimes, and it's through this year because of this book where I feel like this year has been a really big year, pivotal year, I think. The last few, each one has been pivotal, but this one feels like I've come deeper into a place of equanimity, of acceptance for things as they are, things carrying equal weight, even not getting frustrated at things as much. Like, even when I'm full day of cooking and making messes and stuff, not once did I do this negative self-talk, oh, dummy, or, like something silly, but still. And I just kind of rolled with it. I even fell down yesterday. I've fallen twice in a week, I swear. And I was just like, oh, well. And so there's this equanimity that's come in that I'm so grateful for. And that feels like acceptance and not getting riled up about things as much. It feels very peaceful. And it's been a long time coming. And I don't know, I think it's been a lot of ways getting here. This book being a big part of it, daily reflecting on like what judgment really does in my brain. It like it is possible to just be equanimous. And I have done Vipassana retreats, and it's like that's part of the teaching, and yet I didn't quite understand. I mean, those were seeds that were planted. I'm not going to discount that I just didn't get it at the time. That definitely helped, and it's been a long road to get here, and I'm still a long ways off. But I feel it, and I'm grateful for it. And this lesson was one of like reminding me that it is a prison when we don't accept things as they are, when we have judgments against ourselves, against other people, against, man, my life isn't how it should be, or, whatever. It comes in 100 million different forms. So that's what this made me think of, and it just left me with a feeling of gratitude. So that's it. Bye.